How's it going, guys? Another update on the 300M. This time it's a steering issue. But before that, I want to address the issue I had when I hit the pothole. Believe it or not, it was that little plug-in on the one of the computer modules, the second one. That one came undone, or just popped out just enough to where the car completely shut off. It threw a bunch of codes and it wouldn't start back up. So after a lot of troubleshooting, I found out it was that plug. Popped her back in and the car started right up. Absolutely no problems. So now I'm stuck with this issue now. No steering from the steering wheel to the front wheels. I was in the parking lot, just about to leave, and I go turn the wheels and I hear a big pop. Had the car towed to the shop here, and turns out one of the bolts that bolts the inner tie rod to the power steering rack snapped off. As you can see, these are the two bolts that go into the rack. This one sheared clean off, and this one mysteriously backed all the way out. So as it was backed out, it was kind of bent out like this, and this was the only bolt that was holding it all together. So it finally had enough and it just snapped in the parking lot. Luckily I wasn't on the highways or anything, so pretty fortunate there, but it's unfortunate that it broke. So I had to order a new kit, but oddly they gave me this bushing instead of the two-piece ones. Now, the kit, I have replaced this in the past before to replace the bushings. So, but when I got the kit, it came with all the parts and everything, so I figured I'd throw the whole thing in. And I don't remember what the OEM stuff looked like, but this is what I got from aftermarket off eBay. It was a two-piece bushing set. But the one I got from Chrysler is a one-piece, and it's a lot thinner than the aftermarket ones. And the aftermarket ones fit in just like perfectly fine when I replaced it. So there's the aftermarket kit in the bushings, and then here's the factory Chrysler one. I'm thinking that they may have sent me the wrong ones, the wrong bushings at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the Chrysler one in the middle so I can just sandwich them in together like the aftermarket ones, bolt everything back up, and then the car will be back on the road. And what I also just found out was that there's a torque spec for the bolts. When I did this prior, I just tightened it up and reefed it up as much as I could. I didn't even notice the torque spec. But luckily this came with the Chrysler replacement, and it's telling us to torque it down to 74 foot-pounds. So I'll be sure to do that, and hopefully this won't happen again. Just thinking that was my main problem. I didn't torque it down, then the one bolt came right out and the other one snapped behind it. So yeah, we're getting this car put back together and she'll be back on the road.